What's up guys, Anime Fan 20 here, coming to you guys with another video, and today we are doing a review on an anime that I think is one of the best of 2019, and it is The Hero is Strong but Overly Cautious. I love comedy anime. Comedy anime has some of the most unique humor you will find in all of media. Some of my favorite anime of all time are comedy anime. Anime like Gintama, Konosuba, and Gamers hold a special place in my journey to becoming a full-blown otaku. That's why when Cautious Hero was announced, I knew that it was going to be the best or one of the best comedy anime of 2019. Like, even the concept of the show sounds hilarious. The show is about a goddess named Restart who was selected to save an S-rank world called Jailbard. She has a list of heroes in which she has to select one. A lot of the names sound very similar. It's stuff like, Mitsuki, Itsuki, blah blah blah, all that, and it's basically a play or, making fun of the concept of isekai, because most isekai have these same looking characters, have these same similar sounding names, have the same overall plots and premises. Just, most isekai are basically the same. But after looking through all of the list of all potential isekai protagonists, she finally chooses a hero named Seiya Ryugami, who has very strong base stats, and she thinks is gonna be one of the people to save Jailbard. And what she doesn't know is this journey or this ride is gonna be very epic, funny, and pretty freaking weird. Now, at first glance, Seiya seems pretty capable. He seems pretty strong and stuff, right? But, when they first meet, he's asking all these questions, and he doesn't even initially want to go to the world of Jailbard. Instead, man does push-ups until he reaches a level to which he thinks he is comfortable to go. And even then, seeing a level 1 slime, this man almost shits his pants. This dude doesn't know what to do. Said it could regenerate. It could turn into a giant demon monster who could eat me and stuff like that. And it's like, it's level 1 monster, dude. What are you doing? And he beats it in one hit, unsurprisingly. Then keeps hitting it and keeps hitting it with Fire Blast. He keeps going, and you come to realize that this hero is definitely overly cautious. All right. Now, one of my favorite things about the show would have to be the characters. The characters are the shining star of the show. It's the same in stuff like Konosuba and Gintama, things I mentioned earlier. The characters are what make a comedy anime. If you don't have good characters, you don't have a good comedy. And Cautious Hero has that in spades. First up, we have Restart, who is very beautiful, very thick, all that goddess status, just with a catch. She's supposed to be a healing goddess, but gets outdone by healing herbs. Healing herbs, just little items that you eat, is beating a goddess of healing. Pretty freaking useless if you ask me, and she has officially joined the useless trash pile beside Aqua and what was the girl's name for freaking fake granddaughter? I forgot. But she has joined them. She's useless goddess status. She definitely has a thing for Seiya, even calling him sexy at some points, and looks at his abs and says, "Oh, 6-pack." All that thirsty girl stuff. But Seiya is the #1 thought slayer that I've seen in anime so far, even going as far as launching her, just throwing her off of him. That's what you call a thought slayer, bro. But best thought slayer. Don't care. It's like you slay these thoughts, bro. Throw them. Just launch them. But yeah, Restart. She's a pretty funny character, and when Seiya's being all cautious, she goes and stops him sometimes from being cautious, telling him to chill out and stuff like that. It's a great exchange between these two most of the time. Ilulu and Mash are two Dragonkin, and they're my favorite characters. Mash is, your typical, very outgoing, very confident male character. Yeah, and he even gets pretty powerful. He's able to turn into a full dragon. and my girl Lulu, who was supposed to be the legendary sword, but she was supposed to get sacrificed in order for the sword to form, and Seiya and Restart weren't having that, so they were just like, yeah, nah. And they're two pretty funny characters. They're childhood friends. Ilulu's pretty shy, you know, the lolly. She's a lolly in the group. You always gotta have a good lolly in your group. That's what makes a good anime, the lollies. And yeah, they're pretty good. Only thing is though, they don't fight. They don't do anything. You know what they are? They're bag carriers. Yes, the hero made them bag carriers. They carry his bags. They don't fight. They don't even throw fire blast at some of them. They just carry his bags. That's it. And they clearly hate it. Every time they're like, yeah, we're gonna fight. The hero's just like, no, I've got this. And then obliterates all of them in one hit while they're over here like, wow, okay, we got all this power for like no reason. And then your boy himself, Seiya. This dude is an absolute mad lad. This dude is so cautious that when he's going weapon shopping, you know what he buys? He doesn't just buy the weapon. Oh no, sir. No, that would be too easy. This man buys the weapon and then a spare. And then a spare for his spare. And then a spare just in case that spare breaks, rust, drops into a pit, a ravine, lava. This man is thinking so many things when he looks at stuff. This dude will look at a wall. When you look at a wall, what do you think? You think, okay, it's a wall. You know, it's protection. You know, it's shelter. This man like a wall. The wall could peel. The paint could come off. The wall has paint on it. The paint could be poisonous. I should make sure I shouldn't touch the wall too closely, nor get too close to the wall. This dude thinking so many things when he's looking at stuff, and it usually helps him in the long run. He wins all of his fights because he's cautious, or he thinks the most outrageous thing that ends up being true. And hey, to each their own. You know, if it works for you, you gonna keep doing it. And that's one of his shining features. He's just freaking cautious, like for like no reason. It's really funny though. It adds to the humor. I love everything about it. The characters in this show are great, and it leads to some pretty freaking wacky scenarios, some wacky things that happen in the show, and the comedy, in my opinion, never gets old. It's always fresh. It's always funny. Now, when I mentioned I love comedy anime earlier, there's another reason why I really like it, and it's the plot twist, or when the tone changes. I love that in a comedy anime because you never expect it. You never think, oh, this comedy anime will all of a sudden turn serious, or something serious will happen, much like Gintama, you know? Never really, I mean, I came in late, so I knew Gintama would get serious, but if you were a first time watcher and you didn't really look at anything involving Gintama, you would think it was just a comedy anime. But no, it actually has some layer to it. There's backstory, there's action, there's a lot of bloody action at that, you know? And Cautious Hero is no different. The plot twist of this show was amazing. Basically, Seiya was, at first, he wasn't cautious. He was the opposite, actually. He always went into things head first. He never thought of the alternatives. He just went and fought, and always won all of his fights by the hair of his chinny chin chin. And his party members were always questioning him, were always, you know, telling him, hey, you should probably be a little bit more cautious. But he gives him his signature line, gonna be okay. And hey, it has worked for him. He always got things done and enjoyed what he did as a hero. But at the end of his journey, when they were about to fight the Demon King, they had a chance to go see a sage to learn more about the Demon King. But of course, he declined. He didn't want to do it because he said, and I quote, the longer that we wait, the longer that the people will suffer by the hands of the Demon King. And that was enough of a reason for all of his party members and his love interest to be like, okay, we trust you. And again, he says, gonna be okay. And everything wasn't okay. It was less than okay. They went in there and they thought they killed the Demon King until very, very bad things happened. He had 2 lives. He came back at full HP. and ate all of his party members, including his love interest and his unborn baby, which completely must have scarred him. And it was a pretty freaking dark plot twist. And that is basically what is the reason why he was so cautious. It was scarring to him, you know. And at the end, when he went and fought the Demon King by himself, there was also reasons for that. His level cap, he couldn't level up anymore. He couldn't learn any more skills. He couldn't do anything to benefit him and get him stronger. He was already at the peak. He went in there by himself with the new ability that he learned from Valkyrie, and in exchange for his life, he defeated the Demon King by himself and died in the process, leaving behind Restart and all of his party members. That was like, explaining that to you, you would think that the show was always like that it was always serious, but no. Shield Hero never even had an ounce of seriousness in it. It was always goofy and funny. The hero was just cautious to be cautious. And you never questioned it because it was just his personality trait. That's like explaining why Gentoki likes strawberry milk so much. You don't do it. It's just a part of his character, you know. And that's what made the twist so good. Like, you start to think about stuff. You're like, whoa, there was a reason for that. There was a reason why he was always so cautious, and why he said that certain thing or did that certain thing. It added layer and depth to a story and to a character that were already great as is. Shield Hero, in my opinion, is one of the best anime of 2019. One of them. And that's saying a lot, because there were a lot of shining gems this year. Or last year. It's 2020 now. I'm very late to make this video. But yes, man, Shield Hero was an amazing show full of colorful characters. Even the backgrounds and the overall aesthetic of the show was colorful and was really laid back. The overall vibe was great. I would definitely watch it again after watching it the first time. I'll go all the way back to the first episode and watch it all the way to episode 12. It was a good show, and I highly recommend to anyone looking for a good comedy anime, because Cautious Hero is definitely gonna scratch that itch. But thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed this review, and if you guys want more reviews for the channel, then please let me know, and Anime Fan Tony will make another. I have a whole bunch of other reviews basically planned already. I basically have the scripts wrote out, and I would like to see if anybody would enjoy that. Would enjoy me talking about anime more than playing video games. I would highly want to know that. Please let me know, guys, and you guys have a nice day. Sayonara.